How you doing, everyone? Sandesh here. I'm going to get into an article, and this is about Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and basically why he's a phony. And I love this. I love this. I really do. It's from a site called the Quinnipiac Chronicle. I don't know if you heard of this, but anyway, it's the headline. I don't smell what the Rock is cooking. The phoniness of Dwayne Johnson. I love this already. Okay, I'm gonna get into it now. When I first saw Dwayne the Rock Johnson was set to return for WWE on January the first, obviously this was in the lead up to WrestleMania, last year's WrestleMania when it was in Philadelphia. Um, I was excited to see someone so famous, frankly so good, back in the wrestling business. I previously viewed Johnson, acclaimed actor. No, he ain't acclaimed. He's not an acclaimed actor. As far as Smashing Machine, I can't comment on that because obviously it's not out. And as far as the 15-minute round of applause he got on there, just so you know, everyone in Venice Film Festival, pretty much nearly everyone gets a 15-minute round of applause. Even Quentin Tarantino got one for Once Upon a Time, for his last film, which he did with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. So the thing is, he's not an acclaimed actor, celebrity, and former professional wrestler. As a guy who can captivate people whenever he goes because he's relatable and a solid dude. Well, I was wrong. Mostly, he still can hold a crowd in the palm of his hand. Excuse me. But as far as witness but as I witness more of Johnson's antics, I can no longer smell what The Rock is cooking. All I smell now is phoniness and a shell for public relation firms. Well, a shill for public relation firms to espouse their narrative. My view of Johnson started to shift on December the 29th, when one of my favorite YouTubers, Penguins, otherwise known as Moist Critical. I would say Critical Drinker did a great video on Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I would honestly see that video. It was a really good video. Made a video about Johnson's recent trip to the fast food chain In and Out Burger. I heard about that. Johnson posted a video to his Instagram of him going to In and Out, which he claimed to be visiting for the first time. Fuck off. You was a wrestler for God knows how long, and you never went to In and Out Burger that whole time. Seriously. Come on. Fucking full of shit. In summary, the video shows Johnson going through a couple of In and Out drive-thrus and people being amazed to see someone so famous. That part I could believe, seeing someone famous going to In and Out Burger. That part's believable. But him never going there before. No. Sorry. People being amazed to see someone so famous. He took a couple of pictures, tipped handsomely, and pretty much exuded, "Look how famous I am" energy the whole time. In other words, he stroked his own ego. He wrote in the caption of said video, "Loved everyone's positive vibes," and "Holy shit, it's the Rock energy." Seems arrogant enough, but the problem is Johnson lied about something as innocuous as going to In and Out for the first time. He posted on Instagram on February 23rd, 2017, saying that this was his first time at In and Out too. Um, Sorry about that. Just had a little itch in my eye. Sorry about that. But yeah, again, on August the 1st, 2022, Johnson claimed he had In and Out again for the first time, pairing it with his very famous Terramana and Tequila. Why lie? I have no problem with Johnson coming to In and Out and posting about it. More power to him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree. If he's posting himself going to In and Out Burger, that's not the issue. It's about him saying I've never been there before. Been there before. If he did it right, and then fair play to him, and also it brings attention to In and Out Burger. Like, holy shit, you had Dwayne the Rock Johnson there. You know what I mean? So on that sense, I don't have an issue with that bit. The problem comes in lying about something so harmless and for seemingly no reason. I agree. He had no reason to lie about it. He couldn't. What was the point of him saying This is the first time I've ever been there. He could have just said, "Yeah, hey, how you doing, everyone?" You know what? He could have bought food for everyone right there, and there you go. Boom, there you are. Then Johnson went on the Joe Rogan Experience, one of the most popular podcasts on the planet, and for better or worse, a place known for people being authentic and free in their beliefs. 100% agree with that. Rogan has hosted people from all walks of life, from Alex Jones to, Kanye West, now known as Ye, to Candace Owens. Love Candace Owens, by the way. I know she gets hate, but the thing is, I love that the ones that hate Candace Owens, they can never say she is a liar and she fabricates things. Because the thing is, when they say that, they have to bring the receipts and prove that she is a liar. She's not a liar. You can accuse her of other things, but she's definitely not a liar. Anyway, the straw that brought the camels. No, sorry, I missed. I missed it. Okay, so Johnson being on could have been something really interesting, but it wasn't. He didn't share his view on pretty much anything of substance. You know what? I heard about that. And people were saying he pretty much sounded like Hulk Hogan. Honestly, that's what I heard about that. Johnson admitted that a political party reached out to him to run for president, but he said nothing conclusive about his positions, values, or who he would be as a politician. The straw that brought the camel's back for me was Johnson's recent return to WWE, where I now have realised he goes back to when he needs his ego boosted. 100%. Johnson's return was hyped with Paul Triple H Levesque, the chief content officer of WWE, tweeting, "Not coming to confirm or deny the rumors of former WWE champion appearing at WWE Raw Day One, but I will say to stay tuned." When Johnson returned, he interrupted a segment featuring former WWE champion Jinder Mahal, who came out first as a forced return. The promo Mahal delivered wasn't great, but he made it work. Mahal, a Canadian, trashed the US the whole time, some of which he said was true, but if furthered the foreign heel stereotype, a standard where wrestlers who aren't from the US or speak foreign languages are viewed as a bad guy. But the thing is, right, I'm gonna say this. Bret Hart, when he dissed the US, the thing is, remember, you could technically say Bret Hart is half American because I think it's on his mom's side, even though his parents are dead. I think it was on his mom's side he was American, so basically he was half Canadian, half American, and obviously he has a dual citizenship, so he's basically half American. And he was still like dissing America, but basically what he was saying at the time was 100% true. So it doesn't need to be like, oh, he's the foreign heel. Only the foreign heel can only diss America. I 100% disagree with that whatsoever, completely. Johnson returned with a massive roar from the crowd and delivered his shtick. He defended the US and did an impression of the late WWE Hall of Famer, the Iron Sheik. This is own movie Baywatch, which is funny. I won't hate, and continued doing what he always does. The same catchphrases and ways of entertaining the crowd. There's no denying that Johnson is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He's one of the best on the microphone and one of the biggest draws in wrestling history. His catchphrases are the most recognizable in all of wrestling. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, finally The Rock has come back to insert, whatever city. Now, when referring to the fans, the millions and millions, are sure to make any fan recite them with him. But like many superstars before him, I fear his coming back to wrestling will halt the current talent in the WWE and only boost Johnson. Obviously, this article was old, but the thing is, where this was alluded to, about Cody Rhodes. And the thing is, it didn't help Cody Rhodes whatsoever. If anything, I think it really hurted Cody Rhodes. Not this year's when John Cena turned heel. I mean, like last year when Cody Rhodes finally beat Roman Reigns for the belt. I'll talk about that. But the thing is, it's like if they have him back, it's not gonna help WWE whatsoever. It's just not gonna help them. So it's like cut your losses. Just don't have him back. I don't see the point. He's not as popular as he was before, and he's not going to be. And the thing is, as far as and personally to me, I don't think the Smashing Machine is going to do as well as people like to think it is. He'll be lucky to get Oscar nominated. On honestly, in my opinion, but yeah, I honestly see him doing. Honestly, see him doing like a Jumanji type of bullshit. Honestly, for the rest of his film career, but if he's serious about his film career, what he could do is this. Even though Clint Eastwood is a producer director, what The Rock can do is, obviously he's not a director, but what he can do is produce films, right? Produce films. He doesn't have to be in them. Just be a producer, and have like proper actors and be in them whenever they're dramas or action films. I honestly believe that would be the far better choice for him as far as like publicity wise for his film career. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and you can follow me. The links in my YouTube bio. I'm on Rumble. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, X, obviously YouTube, and I'm on Patreon and Coffee as well. And let me know in the comments of what you think about Dwayne Johnson. If you like him or you don't, or you do think he's a phony. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.